Alright, I'm supposed to make a snack or condiment themed vehicle. So let's see if this truck can take the heat.
Well, hey there folks, Chuck here, and welcome to another Flying Valiant Builds. This time around, we're doing something called the Super Ginormous Build-Off over at Diecast Graveyard. And if you're seeing this video, that means that the voting has opened for this entry. The theme was snack or condiment. That's an interesting topic. But anyway, if you're seeing this and it's within a week of release, click over to the link in the description and vote for number 15, which is the number that has been assigned to this build, if you like it, of course. I appreciate what Uncle Paulie's doing, but it's kind of rapidly become a popularity contest, so the only way I've ranked in any of the last ones is to ask people nicely for votes, and to build video is a great way to get that message out there. Speaking of, you may have noticed I'm making a fire truck. And while it isn't necessarily my favorite condiment, Carolyn said that a Sriracha-themed fire truck would be perfect for this entry, and I agreed. Fortunately for me, while I was at the Hot Wheels Collector Nationals, the Godfather himself gave me this Hot Wheels fire truck, and it is perfect for the challenge, and you'll see why as we go. I also had this cement mixer that had all sorts of perfect bits and bobs to add to a Sriracha-themed fire truck to make it look extra gnarly. It's almost a Gaslands build, kind of not, but it was also an excuse to use a weathering kit that's been sitting in my drawer for a couple of years that I've just been itching to get out. And I think you'll like the results of that. Check it out. Look at that nozzle. Is that not the perfect nozzle for a Sriracha bottle? I've been doing more gloss builds lately, and that's great when doing panel liner because it leads to some sweet capillary action. Oh yeah, that's nice. The gloss really makes it easier for the panel liner to flow across the top of the surface and leave very little residue and settle into the cracks and really make panels and doors pop. I've also been sneaking more rhinestones into my builds. I think they're a fun way to add reflectivity and mimic lenses. And the trick with them is to not use super glue. You want to use Elmer's craft glue. And I happened across this stuff that is Elmer's craft glue. And it's very nice. Really does a good job of drying clear and still holding tiny rhinestones in place. You'll notice I went with green. That's because this is a Sriracha truck, not a fire truck. So, it made sense that it would have green lights on a Sriracha red truck. I didn't go too crazy with the decals, just some Sriracha logos, and of course a reverse Sriracha for the front of the truck, as well as a few warning labels. Alright, time to snap it together and get to the fun part. Welcome to the AK Interactive Burnt Vehicles weathering set. I was hoping maybe it would come with some instructions, but it really didn't. So, I'm making this up as I go. It's really just 4 different types of pigment and a pigment fixer. I started with the black and worked my way through the burnt umber and then a rusty red color on the metal areas. And the part that really set it apart was the white ash layer. And that really made this thing look good and burned. It's not a 50-50 split build. I just wanted it to look like maybe half the truck had driven through fire. And once I put the pigment fixer on, that was a good way to lock in all that pigment so it doesn't come off in your hands when you're handling it, although I still handle it very gingerly. I also have these really nice Real Rider wheels that fit perfectly in the wheel wells to replace the standard mainline wheels. Here's a sneak peek at the special contraption that Eddie's devised to keep you from drilling through your hands when you're taking the rivets off your diecast. It's a wonderful invention. I love it. Thank you again, Eddie, for the truck and for the special device. Alright, time for the decal and the number. And since we're in a hurry, we're going to get straight to the after. Check it out. That is one Caliente truck. Again, I can't thank Eddie enough for both his friendship and for the providing of the perfect vehicle for this task. Again, remember to go over to Diecast Graveyard and vote if this is within a couple of days of the video posting, and we'll see how it does. Hopefully I'll get a couple more votes this time. Is it cheap pandering? Sure it is. But hey, I'm a YouTuber. Please like and subscribe. Alright, and hey, since I'm thanking people, a shout out to the patrons that make this channel possible. They are the ones that make it possible for Diecast Breakdown, where we interview all sorts of really cool people in the Diecast world. Go check that out if you're visiting this channel. We have a bunch of other videos, reviews, unboxings, lots of stuff getting posted about Diecast all the time. So be sure to stop by frequently and hey, hit that little bell icon so you know what's going on. And if you want to join the ranks of our patrons, you can click the little join button or visit diecastmedianetwork.com. That'll take you to our Patreon page. And remember, there's a new episode of Diecast Breakdown every Sunday at 5:30 Eastern. We've got a lot of great guests coming up and some special announcements. So be sure to stick around. Lots of good stuff coming our way. And speaking of good stuff, as always, I want to thank you for coming along with me for the ride. So until next time, stay fresh, cheese bags.